Hello and welcome back to another video of Dragon Quest Walk Tutorials. I am Kohitsujizi, and in this video I would like to go over the advanced classes of the game. So compared to the basic classes, the advanced classes are much stronger but take longer to level up. Also, each advanced class has their own unique special ability that activates randomly during battle. To unlock the advanced classes, you need to have 2 different basic classes leveled up to 50. Since there are 5 advanced classes, if you would like to have all your characters have access to them, you will need to level up all the basic classes for each individual character. This does take some time, but there are some in-game items that can help with leveling the basic classes. I'll go over those in a later video. So let's go over the advanced classes and how to unlock them. The first advanced class is your Battle Master right here. So to unlock this class, you need to have a warrior and a martial artist both leveled up to 50. The next class we have is the Kenja, which means Sage. This class is unlockable if you have a priest and a mage both leveled up to 50. Then we have the Ranger class, which is a combination of a thief and a martial artist. Again, both of these basic classes must be level 50 in order to unlock the Ranger. After that, you have your Maho Senshi, which means Magic Warrior or Armamentalist for those of you who are familiar with the class system in Dragon Quest VI. This class is unlockable if you have a warrior and a mage both leveled up to 50. And finally, we have the Paladin class, which is unlockable by leveling up your warrior and priest to level 50. Now that the introduction to the advanced classes is done, let's dive deeper into their skill sets. So first we're going to go over the Battle Master. Okay, so we have our group of Battle Masters. So this class's special ability is called Ikari, meaning rage, and is randomly activated at the start of the character's turn. So the Battle Master becomes enraged, which allows the character's weapon and physical attack damage to be doubled. So if we go deeper into the Battle Master, you're going to see its weapons of expertise. So the weapons of expertise are swords, axes, spears, and claws. Also, you're going to see that the Battle Master wears heavy armor, so that's going to be high in durability and high in defense. So let's go into a battle to look at the skills of the Battle Master. Okay, so we're in the battle right now. So the first skill learned by the Battle Master is Yaiba Gudaki, which is Weapon Break. So like the warrior, this skill does 150% slash damage to one enemy with a chance of lowering the enemy's attack power, like this. Okay. Then the next skill is Futofukutsu, or Unyielding Spirit, right over here. So just like the martial artist, this skill allows the Battle Master to inspire themselves, curing the character of negative status effects placed on them, like this. I had no status effects, so it really didn't do anything. Then the next skill is called Samidari Giri. Right here. Right here. So what this means is it's like a Tetra Slash, so 4 slashes. So this skill rains down 4 slashes on random enemies with 70% damage for each strike, like this. And the next skill we have is called Tsutemi, right over here. So this means Desperate Stand. So with this skill, the Battle Master sacrifices their defense in order to greatly increase offensive power. Damage done to the Battle Master by weapons and physical attacks also increases. So like this. And you'll see there that the attack power has increased, but their defense has also gone down as well. Then the last skill is going to be Hayabusa Giri, which is the twin slash. So like the warrior class, this attack skill does 2 quick slashes to one enemy for 120% damage per attack, like this. Okay, and right there you can see that Rage was just activated, so I'm going to end the battle quickly by doing an auto attack. And as you can see, the battle is over. Okay, so the next class that I want to go over is going to be the Sage, coming up right now. Okay, so now we have our group of sages. So the sage is described as a spell professional that has mastered both offensive and healing spells. So the unique class ability of the sage is called Yamabiko, meaning echo. So after performing a spell, the sage has a chance to cast the same spell for no additional MP cost, but the power of the spell is reduced significantly. Well, not significantly, but reduced by half or even a bit more. So the sage's weapons of expertise are going to be, so wands, rods, whips, and boomerangs. And like the priests and the mages before them, they're going to wear cloth armor that's low in defense, low in durability, but they're going to have stats that increase offensive magic power and healing magic power. So let's go into battle and see what spells they have. Right here. Okay, so we're starting the battle. So the first spell is going to be Hoimi. So this is a priest spell, a minor healing spell that heals a character like this. Okay, then the next spell we have is going to be Skada. So if you remember Skada, it is also a priest spell that increases the defense of one character in your team. Like this. Then the next spell we have is going to be Rukani. So Rukani, again, is a mage spell, and what it does, it lowers the defense of one enemy character. Like that. Okay. Then the next spell we're going to have is Merami. So Merami attacks an enemy with 3 fireballs that does moderate damage. Like this. Character did an attack. Thanks for the assist. Now the next spell we're going to go over is going to be Behoimi. So which is a stronger version of Hoimi, as you can see. Does more healed recovery. Then the next spell that we're going to go over is going to be Dorukuma. So Dorukuma is a dark-based offensive spell that does dark damage to one enemy. Like this. So the next spell that we're going to look at is one we've seen before. It is Iota. This is a blast-based magic spell which causes an explosion that does moderate damage to all enemies, like this. And then the last mage spell we have is called Maryoku Kakuse, which is going to be right over here. So what this does is it means magical awakening. So with this spell, the sage awakens the magic inside themselves, increasing the damage of their offensive spells. Like this. Alright, so that's all the spells for the sage. So I'm going to end this battle as fast as I can with auto battle. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into battle again because I would like to show you the special ability of the sage, which is Yamabiko or Echo. And let's see. Come here. So there you have it. That was Echo. So you can see the first spell did a considerable amount of damage, but the second spell, which was the same one, had a lesser effect. So that is Yamabiko, so Echo. So that's all that I want to show you for the Sage. And the next class we're going to move to will be the Ranger. Right now. Okay, so we now have our group of Rangers. So the Ranger is described as having agile attacks and being known for their assistance in battle. So an expert in warfare that adapts to the changes in the battlefield. So the Ranger's unique ability is called Kage Shibari, meaning Shadow Bind. So while attacking one or multiple enemies, the Ranger has a chance to bind the enemy, causing them to lose one turn. So the weapons of expertise for the Ranger are going to be daggers, claws, whips, and boomerangs. So with the Ranger, they can have a versatile armor set. So depending on the type of enemy you're going to fight, they can wear heavy armor or light armor. But we have to remember the important stats for a Ranger are going to be agility stat and the dexterity stat, as well as strength. So with that said, let's move to see what skills the Ranger can do. And over here. Okay, so the first skill we're going to learn is Viper Fang, right down here. So what this does, it is a skill in which the Ranger uses a poison blade to attack one enemy. Then the attack does 130% damage to the enemy and has a chance to poison them, like this. And as you can see, the enemy has been poisoned. So similar to the Thief, the Ranger has an earth-based elemental spell called Jibarika, which does slightly stronger damage than the Thief spell of Jibaria, right over here. So after being cast, the spell activates at the start of the targeted enemy's turn by taking an explosive earth-based attack. So the next skill that we're going to go over is Tiger Claw, which is originally a martial artist skill. So if you remember, Tiger Claw rips into the enemy with 3 slash attacks that do 80% damage each, like this. And right there, that was Shadow Bind. Then the next skill is going to be Dual Cutter. So, which is a double attack doing 80% damage to all enemies after the Ranger throws 2 boomerangs. Like this. And there, Jibarika just activated at the start of that enemy's turn. But since he has been shadowbound, they missed the actual turn. Now the last skill the ranger has is right over here. It's called Fubaha. This can be loosely translated to insulate. So this lowers the amount of damage taken by breath attacks to all party members. And this protective boost actually can be stacked twice. Like this, and that's the max. So that's the skills for the ranger. So I'm going to end the battle as quickly as possible. And again, we saw Shadowbind. And the battle is over and won. Okay. So next we are going to have the Armamentalist right now. Okay, so now we have our group of Maho Senshi, our Armamentalists. So this advanced class is described as being an all-rounder on the battlefield due to the class's physical attacks and spells. So the special ability of this class is called Force Break. So when this particular character casts a spell or physical attack with elemental-based magic, the enemy or enemies have a chance to become more susceptible to the particular elemental base. So the effects of Force Break can be stacked twice. So the weapons of expertise for the Armamentalists are going to be swords, daggers, wands, and whips. Class is actually a combination of warrior and mage. They can wear heavy armor, and they can also wear lightweight cloth, which depending on what type of enemy you're going to battle and what equipment you want to have on, it really does make this class very versatile. So what I'm going to do now is going to battle and show you what skills and spells this particular class has. So the first of the skills I'm going to show you is called Kayengiri, meaning flame sword. Right here. So this skill deals 130% flame damage by imbuing a sword with the power of meta, like this. Then the next skill is called Mahyudo Giri, meaning Ice Blade, right over here. So this skill does 130% ice damage by imbuing a sword with the power of the Hyodo spell, like this. And that right there was Force Break. So originally this class actually had greater resistance to ice magic, but because of Force Break, this particular enemy has now become weaker against it. So the next skill I'm going to show you is Inazuma Giri, meaning Thunder Sword or Lightning Sword. So this skill does 130% lightning damage by imbuing a sword with the power of the Dane spell, like this. And again, Force Break. So now that particular enemy has become more susceptible to ice and lightning spells and lightning-based attacks. So the next spell for this class is going to be Begi Rama, right over here. So Begi Rama is a stronger form of the Gira spell. So this offensive spell does intense flame damage to all enemies, like this. And again, Force Break. So those particular two enemies are now more susceptible to the Gita spell or Gita attacks. Then the next spell that the Maho Senshi or Armamentalist has is Baishion, right over here. So we've seen this before with our mage. So the spell increases the offensive power of one ally. So remember, the offensive power is just for physical attacks. Then the next spell we have is going to be called MP Passer. So MP Passer allows the character to give another party member a certain amount of MP at the cost of the character's own, like this. So the next spell is going to be Iora. So again, we've seen this before with other classes. So Iora is a blast-based spell that causes an explosion that does moderate damage like this. Okay, so the last skill for this class is called Cho Bun Mawashi, meaning super spin attack, right over here. So the character summons a sword with all their strength and does a slash attack to all enemies for 170% damage like this. Okay, so that's all the skills and spells for this class. So I'm going to end the battle as quickly as possible and move on to the next class. And we got a soul from that battle, and I'll go over souls in another video. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the Paladin class right now. Okay, now we have our group of Paladins. As you can see, the Paladin has heavy armor. So they need high durability, high defense, and as you can see, they also have high HP. So this class is described as having high HP and defense that acts as an iron shield wall that protects other party members. So the special ability of the Paladin class is called Paladin Guard. This ability allows the Paladin to randomly take all damage meant for one ally. If the damage taken exceeds the HP of the Paladin will be left with 1 HP. This ability will not activate if Cabal Protect has already been cast. So if we go into our equipment, we can see the weapons of expertise for the Paladin. So the weapons of expertise are going to be swords, axes, rods, and spears. So with that, let's go into battle and see what the Paladin can do. Okay, so the first skill learned by a Paladin is this one down here called Kabuto Wari, meaning armor break. So this deals 150% damage to an enemy with a chance of lowering their defense like this. So the next spell is going to be Skara. So if you remember Skara, this is a priest spell that increases the defense of one character. The next skill is Cabal Protect, right over here. So if you remember, Protect, the character will protect one party member by taking all damage into themselves. So I'm going to protect this person. And as you can see right there, Cabal just worked. The damage that should have been taken to this Paladin was received by this Paladin. Now the next spell is going to be Behoine. So we've seen this before. This is a greater heal and heals heals a player character like this. Okay, so then the next skill is going to be Tekkozan, meaning Iron Cutter. So this one right here. So what this does, it is a massive chop that does 210% damage to one enemy with a chance of lowering the enemy's defenses, like this. And as you can see, defense was lowered. Then the last Paladin skill is called Onomatsuri, which is a spinning axe attack that does 170% damage to all enemies, right here. Okay, so that's all the skills for the Paladin. I'm going to end the battle as quickly as possible. And the battle is over. So that's it for this video on advanced classes. So if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more, please give it a like. If you have questions about the advanced classes, please leave them in the comments below. And I will see you in the next video coming soon.